Over the last few years, Washington has constructed a massive digital fortress designed to stall China's military modernization. The mechanism relies on strict semiconductor export controls, blacklists, and investment bans. The goal is to deny Beijing access to the cutting-edge chips required to build advanced artificial intelligence. The underlying logic was straightforward. Developing frontier AI requires staggering amounts of capital and tens of thousands of advanced GPUs. If you choke off the hardware, you choke off the intelligence. But a massive Reuters investigation, analyzing over 80 Chinese academic papers and defense patents, reveals the blockade is leaking. Chinese military researchers and state-backed defense institutions are actively using leading American AI models developed by Silicon Valley labs like OpenAI and Anthropic to train their own domestic systems. They are not physically smuggling servers across the border to break through the hardware wall. Instead, they are exploiting a software loophole to siphon the intelligence right out from under it. The United States spent billions locking down the physical hardware, while the cognitive output of its models remained accessible through public and commercial interfaces. Training a frontier AI model from scratch requires massive computing data centers, staggering datasets, and enormous energy consumption. Locked out of the high-end chips needed to do this domestically, Chinese scientists turned to a technical loophole known as model distillation. The process relies on a dynamic between two networks. You start with a massive, expensive American model, active as the teacher, and a smaller, highly efficient local model, the student. During extraction, Chinese researchers query the teacher model with thousands of complex prompts. They capture the teacher's step-by-step reasoning processes and computer code to serve as training material for their own systems. These captured logical steps are then fed directly into the lightweight student model. The student learns how to reason by mirroring the teacher's pathways, bypassing the need for massive initial computing power. Transferring this proprietary reasoning logic is the most expensive phase of AI development, and it is being siphoned for pennies on the dollar. Distillation converts America's multi-billion-dollar private research into a cheap, locally deployed product ready for foreign military application. Inside Beijing's specialized military institutions, this extracted intelligence solves immediate deployment constraints. First is the security paradox. PLA Cyber Unit 96941 cannot feed classified military source code directly into commercial American models, so they use U.S. models to generate complex synthetic training summaries, which are then used to train an isolated, secure domestic AI. Then there is the physical reality of the battlefield. U.S. frontier models are useless in frontline combat because they require constant connection to massive, power-hungry data centers. To solve this, researchers at the North University of China and the Academy of Military Sciences use distillation to shrink target recognition algorithms, stripping away generalized knowledge until only a highly efficient tactical core remains. A 2024 paper from the PLA's National University of Defense Technology detailed how they compressed an advanced image processing model until it was small enough to sit on the circuit board of an unmanned aerial vehicle. This tactical shrinking aligns directly with Beijing's broader national mandate for model lightweighting and edge computing. Model distillation takes the world's most capable artificial intelligence and makes it deployable for lightweight, offline combat operations. Washington's blockade contains a structural flaw. Export controls were designed to regulate the movement of physical goods, not the invisible flow of synthetic data outputs. This leaves Silicon Valley labs powerless to stop the extraction, even with terms of service that explicitly ban military and defense use. When foreign entities route their queries through intermediary servers and third-party extraction tools, tracking the true end user of an AI API becomes virtually impossible to enforce. The diplomatic fallout is already mounting. U.S. officials accuse Chinese entities of intellectual property infringement and actively undermining strategic export controls. Beijing rejects the accusations entirely, framing Washington's blockade as AI hegemonism, intended to suppress the technological progress of developing nations. The U.S. government is attempting to restrict the future of synthetic intelligence using the regulatory tools of the physical past, resulting in total enforcement failure. As Chinese domestic AI models improve and close the gap with their American counterparts, Chinese military researchers are realizing distillation works both ways. Recent academic papers reveal a growing panic inside PLA intelligence units. They now fear foreign adversaries will use distillation to reverse engineer Chinese state secrets or map hidden vulnerabilities in their own military networks. In response, Chinese researchers are frantically developing defensive mechanisms designed to mask or distort the logical steps exposed in a model's public outputs. Distillation does have a strict ceiling. It cannot build artificial general intelligence from scratch. China still requires high-end chips for foundational breakthroughs. But in the immediate term, distillation makes maintaining a dependency on U.S. research incredibly cheap, fast, and highly effective for near-term military goals. In the modern arms race, intelligence is no longer tethered to the massive physical hardware that originally forged it. Once advanced reasoning exists anywhere in the world, it can be siphoned, shrunk, and weaponized everywhere.